It's another beautiful, beautiful Friday, and I'm excited and feel blessed to be here today. Of course, to share with you as usual things that pertains to Africa. So we apologize for it's supposed to be 4:30, but it's supposed to be 4:30, but it's now 4:45. So we're sorry for that. The technology today gave me a lot of problem, especially Instagram. So just pardon us. So we'll have a brief discussion. Let me see if my camera is okay. All right, I think it's manageable. All right, so we'll have a brief discussion. I won't take too much of your time. Today I want to talk about something I call, the best time to be involved with Africa is now. The best time to be involved with Africa is now. I think it's a very important discussion to have. Okay, so as I move along, if you have any question, regarding Africa, and then of course people doing different things in Africa, you could put that in the comments section, and I'll try my best to address it. So the best time to be involved with Africa is now. Are you somebody who's passionate about Africa? This is for people who are passionate about Africa and they want to get involved with what's going on, in Africa. You just want to check out and see, okay, I'm a black person, but I've never really visited Africa. And I see Africa as a growing place and I want to get involved, but I haven't been able to do that. And a lot of people are thinking, we have so much time on our hands to be able to do that, especially for young people like myself. Usually we're thinking, okay, I'm just waiting by the time I'm 40 to 50 to 60. Yes, then I can get involved with Africa. But I'm here to let you know that the best time for you and I to get involved with Africa is now, okay? Now, the first thing that I like to deal with, okay, on this subject of the best time to get involved with Africa being now, is the fact that if we look back at, before now, our fathers, a lot of them, the type of informations that they had about Africa was the medieval, if you like, the medieval, times type of information. And think about it, the mediums that they used to get these informations to was very limited. So it was very difficult for a lot of our forefathers to really get a feel of what Africa is all about. So at the time, if a lot of our fathers who were in America and the Caribbean and other places didn't have a reason to make it to Africa, I think now those things has been taken away, from us. And now we have a good reason to be able to make it to the continent. Because think about it, if you talk to people of my parents' age, when they talk about making your way to Africa or getting involved with Africa, they feel like, why would I get involved with a place like that? Because all they've known is what they used to see in maybe some of the movies, like maybe Tarzan, the idea of the jungle life, that type of thing. So for somebody who's living in America those days, like my parents' age, they picture some of the things that they see in movies, like Tarzan, the Jungle Book, and somebody walking in the jungle and all of that. That's what they have. So if they didn't want to get involved with Africa, we can pardon them. But today, it's a no-no. Things like the caveman, that's what the kind of ideology those days they used to have back in America and other parts of Europe, and of course the Caribbean as well. People, our fathers were thinking about Africa in the light of the caveman lifestyle. And when you watch and listen to places like the National Geographic, that's even more terrible. Because of course they take you straight to the jungle. I remember I was reading this article about the National Geographic, and they were talking about different things about Africa, some of the things that stands out about Africa. And at every page, they put a picture there. And the pictures did not have anything to do with the content of what they had talked about. It was just a picture represented Africa. And I was surprised to see the type of pictures that they had captured. They capture a slum in Freetown. Then they put there. They capture a very, rural place, or a place where there's a child with maybe a big tummy, bare-chested. Then they put inside the article that they're writing. I'm like the picture doesn't depict anything in what you're writing. Why do you represent Africa in this light? So I'm thinking, if my fathers were having access to these type of things, and that's all they could have access to, then of course they wouldn't get involved with Africa at the time. But today, thank God, we have a lot of things that are changing. Okay, I think about Red Cross, the Red Cross documentaries that they do about Red Cross rescuing some kids in the River Niger somewhere there, or maybe Red Cross, is kind of giving treatments to some people in Sierra Leone somewhere. These are the things that our fathers had access to. And I mean, you can't blame them if they decide not to get involved with Africa. So if you look at the generations that came before us, they take very seriously when it comes to making their way to Africa. They take it very, they don't joke with it at all, because all they have in their mind is civil wars and all kinds of, hungry kids who need donations and things like that. Jungle life, they don't want any jungle lifestyle. They want to be in a town, in a city. So if this is portrayed to you, there's no way on earth you want to get involved with Africa. And that has informed a lot of us as young people, the decisions that we're making about whether or not we want to get involved with the African continent or not. So you see a young man growing who has a lot of potential, and they feel a burning desire inside to really get connected to the African continent and see how they can contribute or get involved with. But because of these things that they've also inherited from their parents about the continent, now they don't see any reason to get involved. So a lot of them postpone and say, okay, let me just wait until the future where I can get involved with the African continent. But that's a very big mistake, honestly. It's a very, very big mistake, because Africa is fast growing. And that's what I want you to begin to think about, that Africa is fast growing. So if there's any opportune time or best time for you to get involved with, when it comes to you wanting to have an impact, or you having the passion to do a business or anything like that, it's now. There's nothing like I'm waiting until tomorrow to get involved with Africa, or to do whatever I want to do. And for some of us who want to make our way, not just to visit, but also to move or relocate to the continent, I mean, there's no better time than now. There's no better time than now. We have no excuse, because in this generation, think about it. I mean, there's so many things that we have access to. Social media, people putting out videos of themselves in Africa and living a good life in Africa and all of this. We see these things, it's all over the place. You can't run away from it anymore. The mass media doesn't control what we see and do not see anymore. So right now, whether or not we're going to do anything in Africa, it's really in our hands. It's in our hands. And we don't have to keep postponing that. We have to take advantage of that right now, I'm telling you. Because Africa, again, like I said, is growing so fast. And if you want a best time to get involved, it's now. It's now. So you who is listening to me, who has been very passionate and hungry about making a move to Africa, or going to Africa to build an NGO, or going to Africa to start an initiative. So I'm just waiting for the next 10 years, for the next 20 years. No. I want you to change that mindset and think about it as an immediate project that you want to actually do. Think about it now, because Africa has changed over time. So the kind of things that our forefathers used to know about Africa, it's changed rapidly. It's changed so much. I'm telling you, it's changed so much. And like I said, we have no excuse, because the information today is abound. The information is abound. There are testimonies everywhere. Everywhere I go to on YouTube, there's a testimony about somebody who was gone to some African country and they're doing so well. So we really have no excuse to say that, okay, I'm not aware of what happens in Africa. And when I hear people saying opportunities, today we have no excuse, because if we go again on Google and even Google opportunities in Africa, there's so many thousands of opportunities that you'll see. So where lies our excuse? Where lies the reason to procrastinate our involvement with the African continent? And especially, I find this very worrying when it comes to, first generation Africans who have either moved from Africa to other parts of the world, or Africans who are direct descendants of Africa, who have been born in the Western world. When I find them postponing their timing, or procrastinating when they want to really deal with Africa, it kind of baffles my mind. I'm like, look, by the time you go back to your own country, everything there has been bought, everything there has been occupied. That's the reality. Things are growing so fast. So if you're wasting time thinking that you're waiting for some perfect thing to fall in place before you get involved with Africa, it will get too late. Especially for young people, don't let it be too late. I'm telling you, don't let it be too late. Let's do away with excuses and then actually troop into the continent and build whatever we want to build, because there's no time. There's no perfect time to get involved with a continent. The best time is now. That's the reality. The best time is now. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait. Okay, too many of us are waiting. I meet people, Africans who have made it here, and they're like, well, no, I don't know what I'm going back to do. I don't know what's there for me. No, there's a lot of things there for you. Like, you just have to, like I said, information is everywhere. Like everywhere, YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Google, like everywhere, and with individuals around, like so much information and testimonies. So what excuse do we really have to say that, it's not time for me to get involved with Africa yet? Don't wait, because you see, what you don't want to wait is what you don't want to happen is for you to one day look back and say, had I known that, whoa, if I knew 10 years ago, I'd have gotten involved with Africa. If I knew 20 years ago, I'd have built that NGO in Africa. If I knew 15 years ago, I'd have started a small business in Africa. If I knew 10 years ago, I'd have initiated this idea that I have in Africa. Don't wait to say that. And for most of us, first generation Africans who are born in America, who are born in Europe, who are born in the Caribbean, and those who are not born but have moved, like, don't keep pushing the timelines ahead as to what time you think is perfect for you to come to Africa and do something. Don't keep pushing it ahead. No. These days like I said, we have no excuse to do that. Those days our fathers used to do that because they think Africa, was corrupt because of the things that they had. But in reality, people are doing so much right now on the continent, and they don't even look like me and you. So I don't know what we're actually waiting for. Now think about this. I always think about this idea when I think about the perfect time to do anything in Africa. Think about when you were growing up, the neighborhoods that you're actually growing up in, the houses that they used to sell at a time, the prices, and of course, even land. Think about buying land or a house at a time, those days in the neighborhood that you used to live. And then think about now. When do you think it was the best time for you to have bought a land or bought a house in your neighborhood where you live today? I would say way back when, and not today. Because if you think about how much lands cost those days and how much it costs today, if you had bought land at the time, you're way better off. Because maybe before, I remember growing up where we used to live in Ghana, in Accra, there was a lot of bush, like a lot of grassland, bush all over the place. So it was just few houses in between. And nobody even wanted the land at the time. Nobody wanted to live there at the time. I used to live in a place called Kwabe. Now, nobody wants to live there at the time. If they even give you a land, you may reject it. But in reality, years down the line, you go back to the place and you cannot buy one plot of land. But at a time when they try to talk to you about getting involved with this place, like think about a land and then try and get it at a time. We were kind of pushing it all aside because we felt like, we had a lot of years ahead. So one day we'll be able to buy. But today you can't even buy. That's the reality. You can't even buy. So just picture that if where you used to grow up and now you cannot even buy a small plot of land there at the same place when it was very cheap at the time. The same way Africa is going to get to, where you can't even get involved hugely anymore because you need so much money to get involved. So now that you have the time and resource, I'm saying get involved with the little you have, because in the next few years, Africa is going to get very expensive. I can tell you for a fact. So if you're procrastinating when to get involved with Africa, I'm telling you, stop that and get involved now. If it is a company you want to build in Africa, you're passionate about it, don't keep pushing it ahead. Next 5 years, next 10 years, next 20 years. Do it now. Do it now. If it's a business you want to start it now. If it is an NGO, a non-for-profit you want to start in Africa for a cause to have an impact, I'm saying start it now. Don't wait until it's way up there for you to be able to do that, because you may not even get space. Because now think about it, if you go to a place like Ghana, the capital, like the place is getting choked up. That's the reality, it's getting choked up. Like today you can't even buy land in Accra. It's super expensive. That's the truth, super expensive. But those days where land was all over the place, if you had spoken to the guys who had maybe traveled outside, even the Ghanaians who had made it outside, tell them, hey, look, there's a land in Accra. somewhere, you can have access to is quite affordable, they wouldn't buy, because they're always thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to do it in the next 10 years. But no, like Africa is growing so much that you don't have time for the next 10 years. You don't have time for that. Think about the growth in science and technology. It's growing hugely in Africa, hugely. It's growing rapidly. Like tech is growing. So if you're somebody who's in that field and you're thinking, oh, Africa is not developed. So if I have an idea or initiative that has to do with science and technology, let me just wait. In the future I'll do that. No, Africa is not waiting for you. That's the thing. It's growing. It's growing so fast, and people are getting involved. So I say, get involved now. Like, don't say I'm waiting until things pick up. Things pick up where? Things have picked up long ago. Things have picked up, and a lot is happening on the continent. Like a lot of young people are doing a lot of amazing things. Like, why are you waiting for 10 years time before you get involved? Like, why are you waiting? I spoke to a young man a few days ago, and he's doing a lot of things in Lagos, Nigeria. And I'm like, whoa, like people are doing amazing things. And he's African American, actually. He's from America. He's doing a lot of fantastic things in Lagos. So I'm like, if I see people also who are in America and they're passionate about the continent, they want to do things, but then they keep procrastinating and saying, oh, I'm waiting for the perfect time. I'm waiting, some years later, I'm waiting. What are you waiting for? There's no time to wait. If you want to move to Africa, you're passionate about that. That's what you feel like doing. You want the peace, you enjoy the peace and the beauty and everything there. And you say, I'm waiting for the next 20 years. I'm waiting when I retire. Like, why are you waiting when you retire? Why are you waiting when you retire? Like, there's nothing to wait for. There's nothing to wait for. Like just get up and get it going. Get up and get it going. Get up and get it going. If you're thinking about business opportunities, it is there. So you have no excuse to say, hey, I'm waiting until there's a lot of business opportunities in Africa before I go. Like, there's a lot of business opportunities there. Like, again, like I said, information is out there. Like, Google business opportunities in Africa. You have no excuse. No excuse to think there's no opportunity. Go to YouTube and enter current businesses to get involved with in Africa. Like, there's so much information about that. So what excuse do you have to think that things are waiting for you, so therefore you're waiting 20 years to get involved with Africa? No, I'm saying erase that ideology of waiting for some perfect time to be involved with a continent. Like, it's now or never, because you may not have space. You may not have space. Like, Africa is growing. Like, Africa is now beautiful. Some of the images that I said people have, like, it no longer exists. In some places it doesn't exist. It's very remote. But that's how we're portrayed as a continent, which is a shame. So if you also have that type of imagery in your mind, why you keep procrastinating, when you're going to make your way to Africa, I'm saying, please don't. Change that. Change that, because Africa is growing. Africa, if you're thinking about vacation destination, hey, Africa is a place. Africa is a place. Too many of you have been going to Costa Rica and all this South America and Europe and Asia and all of that. Black people, you're not coming to Africa because you feel Africa is not a good holiday destination. Africa is a very good holiday destination of vacation, relaxation, whatever it is that you're looking for. Think about a place like Morocco. So beautiful. So beautiful. Look at the beaches in Morocco. Okay? Beautiful landscapes. What more do you want? Plenty of history. You go to a lot of these places and they lack history. All these European places people go to. The kind of combinations you find in Africa is unbelievable. The individual countries. If you visit the continent, like, it's just too much. Look at the festivals you encounter when you go to Morocco. Like, so beautiful. If you look at the aesthetic views that you find in Africa, in a place like Morocco, like that's one in a million. That's one in a million. So if it's a vacation destination you're looking for, yeah, why not Africa? Why do you keep going to Europe? Why do you keep going to South America and all these places, Asia and all of that? Like, come to Africa. Africa has that. Africa has that. Come to South Africa. Like, it's beautiful there. South Africa has been named one of the most, the must-see destinations with rich culture, wildlife, beautiful landscapes. Yeah, South Africa has been. So what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about that you can find? What exactly is that? What exactly is your reason for choosing South America over Africa anytime you want to go for vacation? What is it? Like Senegal, very beautiful place. Very beautiful place. Okay, very beautiful place. Think about a pink lake in Senegal. Pink lake. Have you ever seen a lake that is pink? A whole lake. Huge. Pink in color. Like it's all in Africa you find such beauty. Such beauty. So my point is, what are you waiting for? What is stopping you? Think about Ghana, where I come from. Think about the beauty that you find in a place like Ghana, the culture, the rich culture and history that you find. So you're not just having fun. And Ghana has a very vibrant and beautiful, nightlife, just like Nigeria, Lagos. Very beautiful and amazing nightlife. So what is your excuse? Why do you think you can find a good nightlife in Europe and not Africa? Africa has some of the best nightlives you can find anywhere in the world. Okay, so Ghana is a very huge tourist, destination, and people are traveling there day in, day out. Like there's nowhere to be in December than in Ghana. There's no better place to be in December than in Ghana. That's a reality. And of course, you look at a place like Ghana where you're looking at very friendly individuals than what you meet anywhere in the world. Very friendly. The hospitality is massive. So my point is that there's no perfect time. There's no reason to give an excuse why you don't think Africa is a great destination for you to do anything, whether it's vacation, whether it's business, whatever it is. Like Africa is a perfect place for that. And there's no better time to do it than now. There's no absolute better time to do it than now. You should visit Tanzania. Such a beautiful place. And add Zanzibar, which is close to Tanzania, is an island in Tanzania. Very beautiful. Some of the nicest beaches that you'll find in this world, you'll see them in Tanzania. Tanzania, very beautiful beach. Not just one or two, a lot of it. It's an island, so think about it. Very beautiful. And it cuts across the continent, like several places on a continent, several destinations. So beautiful, but maybe they don't show you those things. So a lot of you, when you think about vacation, you're thinking about other places where people don't even look like you. But you can come to a place, still have the beauty and still have people looking like you, which is very beautiful. It adds up to the fun a lot. I'm telling you, it adds up to the fun. So hey, I'm saying don't be left out. You don't have time to waste when it comes to making your way to Africa. There's no time to waste. The time is now. The time is now. Think about it. The time is now. Maybe you've waited for so long. You want to make your move to Africa. And you're waiting for some perfect time. You've been waiting. I'm saying the time is now. Because there's no perfect time. The best time is now. Because don't forget what I said. Africa is growing rapidly. And the best time to get involved is now. Otherwise, very soon, by the time you decide to get involved, what it will take for you to get involved will be so much. And think about it, for people who want to move to Africa now, especially in a place like Ghana, where now the government is very passionate about, welcoming the diaspora back home. Who knows what will happen in the next 10 years? Whether they're going to stop that initiative. So if you're ever thinking about something like that, when do you think is the best time to do that? Now. So please don't let anybody deceive you that Africa is going to be better in the next 50 years. So you're waiting for the next 50 years. Or Africa is going to pick up in business in the next 10 years. So you're waiting for the next 10 years. Or Africa is going to have a lot of beautiful vacation destinations in the next 12 years, in the next 10 years. So you're waiting for them. No, Africa has all of these things already. So if that's what you're waiting for, it's already there. And very soon, it will be super, super expensive for you to have such experiences. So when do you think is the best time to do that? Now. Like have now on your mind. The next time you hear about Africa, have now. It's a now thing. There's no better time. It's now. So I encourage all of you who have any desire or passion about doing anything in Africa. Maybe you want to relocate to Africa to live the rest of your life there, to raise your kids there. Maybe you want to start a business, venture on the continent. Maybe you want to start a non-profit on the continent. Whatever it is you're trying to do, the best time to do that is now. Don't wait, because tomorrow may be too late. That's a reality. Tomorrow may be too late. Tomorrow does not belong to us. It may be too late. So just start the process of executing. Start making contacts with people that can have connections on the continent. And then hey, just zoom in or jump in and start swimming. Very soon you'll pick up. Okay, Africa's a lovely place, and I entreat all of you to get involved with the continent now. Now, and I'll be happy if you make your way to Ghana, because that's where I'm coming from, and I know it's beautiful. It has everything you can ever, desire or hope for. Okay, so let's get involved. Let's get involved. It's all about Africa. Now, if you want to relocate or move to Africa, you need some type of help, you can reach out to Certified Africa. Send us an email at certifiedafrica@gmail.com, and we're going to set up an appointment and then get talking and help you. Okay, make that transition from America, from Europe, from the Caribbean, wherever you're coming from, to the motherland. We can help you do that. If you want to just visit, first time you want to tour the place, also go to our website, Certified Africa at certifiedafrica.com. Certifiedafrica.com. You see some of the experiences that we have. If you want to have your own group experience with your family, friends, you can reach out to us as well through our website or Gmail, certifiedafrica@gmail.com, and we're going to assist you to make that a reality. I wish you all the best until we come your way again. It's Africa Fridays from Certified Africa. All the best and have a great, 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 great weekend. Bye. I don't see any